Isn't this the greatest haulathon ever? April Fools! But let's look at this anyway. At least we got this for now.
Cowabunga!
No, we both man 88.
Alright, this was a pretty cool find. It's a pretty neat product. The Punk Disguise Turtles from NECA 4-pack. Happy to have gotten this, all because of the extra heads, the swapping abilities, and the fun stuff you can possibly have. We'll see later in the review, but first let's look at the packaging. Front art looks pretty cool. I like them and their designs with their glasses and their jackets. Of course, you'll see the stuff on the back and on the sides. Looks really cool, and then here we are taking them out, showing all this, and so excited. Worth it, especially when they had that nice deal before it was too late, so we at least got to take advantage of getting at least $20 off this, so that was nice. So let's get into the reviews, shall we?
First punk turtle we'll be looking at today is Donatello. Looks pretty cool with his purple sunglasses. Nice aviator jacket, halfway zipped down. 3 out of the 4 turtles have the same basic expression, but still looks pretty cool. So you can definitely see the whites of his eyes. I want to say there's a pupil in there. To me, it looks like it. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera. As far as I could tell, the sunglasses don't come off, but that's okay. It's still good that they put the detail. Let's go move on to the next turtle. Next punk turtle we're looking at is Raphael. He's also wearing a nice brown jacket. This one of a different style. This one also has a little more detail in the jacket in the back. Nice, beautiful red glasses. Just like his brother, you can see the white of his eyes. Their happy smirk. As I said, 3 out of 4 will have this. Good side profile. You see his pocket on the one side and not on the other. So they tried to make each arm at least a little different. All 4 turtles will have that basic hands. They do have additional hands to swap out. So if you don't want this basic hands, they'll have other ones, but we'll check that out in a bit. But on to the next turtle. Next punk turtle is Leonardo, sporting a nice black leather jacket. Again, nice design throughout his jacket. I'm glad it's not just like symmetrically the same all the way around the jacket. The back is just a simple black jacket. Both arms are exactly the same, but at least the front of the jacket to at least add a little bit of difference in the symmetry of this. Just as before, you can see the white of his eyes. Nice shoes. I'm glad that the shoes have their individual colors in it. A good choice to separate them from his brothers. I don't know if you could see very well, but seems like each individual turtle has a little bit of sheen or oil they put on it. I guess it's to make the joints move smoother, but each one I had to so far wipe off a little bit in a couple of the joints. So that's just something either to look out for or know ahead of time. At least they oiled the joints to make it easier to move them, but that also means that there's going to be a little bit of oil on the paint job. You just easily wipe it off and then it'll look just fine. Alright, here's punk rocker Michelangelo. They actually show his belt and they put detail in that. His beautiful gray jacket with the popped up collar and spikes. Good open jacket design. It really pops more than his brothers. It's nice that they gave him a different face compared to the other 4. A nice beautiful grin, as I'll show in a little bit. I had trouble getting the balance because his leg seems to be twisted and being able to twist it in a position where it stands flat. But great looking turtle. As I said, it's nice that they put whites in their eyes. Good side profiles. The back side of his jacket's pretty plain, but his front, as I said before, pops more than anything else compared to his brothers. So let's start looking at their articulation. Okay, we're going to look to their legs first. See, there's a ball joint in there. Makes it easier to stretch out his legs, to rotate them. Now let's look at their knees. They bend pretty nicely. It's also double jointed, so you can get a full bend out of their legs. What's good about the double jointed knees on a Ninja Turtle, it doesn't look too bad because of their bands across their kneecaps. So you can actually cross them. Now we're going to move on to their feet. Now it looks like shoes can be angled. So you could twist it, their feet, angle it. Pretty nice articulation in that. Michelangelo has a little bit of trouble at first, but I finally got it to lay flat. I guess it just needed to be loosened. Now we're going to look at their arms. Seems to be a nice ball joint on both right and left. Double jointed elbow makes it easier to bend and still look good. Now there is nice twisting action you get past that ball joint in their arms. And then of course their hands can rotate and be replaced. Of course, the head side to side. but their neck also is on a joint. That makes it easier for them to look down, look up. There's one other articulation I noticed was their waist. Has a little swivel to it. I guess that's to make it easier to balance. I really like that he can bob his head up and down because his neck is articulated, so that's great. Here's the 4 turtles with their alternate heads and alternate hands. They look pretty fierce, these punk turtles. Let's get a closer look at these beautiful head sculpts. So what's interesting about these heads in general, that they are interchangeable, and I don't mean just their heads. I mean also that their faces or their mouths are actually interchangeable. Here's with their basic default facial and top of their heads combination. Here's also their hands. I just put it with the default head that they put it next to. For the most part, 3 out of the 4 hands look very different and unique when it comes to the way they're positioned. The ones I have right now on Donatello, he has those flat hands. Raphael's hands, when first looking at it, does look very similar to the ones that his default hands were. But there is some noticeable difference, as you can see, in his fingers being more separated on both of his hands. Leonardo has pointing fingers like, "Hey guys, what are you up to? If you don't watch out, I'm gonna poke up both your eyes." "Hey guys, Michelangelo here. What have green hands and 2 thumbs? This guy." They all have good, nice hair. What's interesting is that 3 out of the 4 basically have a version of a mohawk, but Michelangelo has his like all flattened and kind of spiky all over the place. I do like the difference. Good facial expression. So all 4 of these turtles look great, wonderful. What's very interesting with the new turtles that are coming out is that you can actually take off the top of the head, and now that means now you can swap out different faces expressions per turtle. So now with the new set of figures, you can just top them off along their bandanas and then swap out their mouths. Or you can view it as swapping off their top of their heads with their mouths. Either way, it provides a new combinations you could do with these turtles. So now you're not forced to have a particular mouth to eyeball ratio. You're not allowed to swap them out. But if you get the individual ones that also come out in the Haulathon, which we did not luck out in getting so far, you can swap those out with those. But for now, we're just going to focus on what comes in this 4-pack set. So let's see what it looks like with different mouths with different turtle eyes. Changing out their mouths definitely gives you a different feel per character. For example, I don't trust Donatello at all with that kind of face. Raphael's face stayed about the exact same, just showing a little more teeth. Donatello's face, he doesn't look as sinister, but he definitely looks like he's ready for some serious business around here. Michelangelo definitely looks like he's having a little too much of a good time right now with that kind of face. So you can interchange them, 4 different bandanas for 4 different mouths for totally different expressions. What I find nice is that it's pretty easy to take off their heads. The hardest one will be Michelangelo with that popped collar, but changing out their bandanas with their mouths, for the most part, was pretty easy. I'm gonna get you. Don't you mess with me. Jeesh, guys, what's up with the serious attitudes? Try this pizza, I swear it's not poisoned. I pity the fool who don't listen to my music. It's pretty punk ass. Hey, if you don't eat your vegetables, you're gonna die. Ah! Oh no, he's got a gun. Jeez, I just want a skateboard, man. That's all I really want. I give these figures 2 thumbs up. Pizza's nice, standard pizza, mushrooms, I'm assuming onions, pepperonis, black olives, cheese, crust. Pretty simple, pretty nice. The boombox is nicely detailed. I like that as a 2 cassette deck. The thing I noticed about this, the handle seems a little loose. I don't see a reason why they purposely do this, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be glued down, but it does snap right back into place. Pretty cool, good details, good paint job otherwise. You got 2 bags of groceries here with various items. It's clearly more designed to be viewed from with the red spot facing out due to the actual texture on it. Backside's nice and flat if you want to lay it against a flat back surface, but they did put a nice detail on that lightning bolt or zigzag on that one bottle. So this one has a lot more various items in it. You got a radish, you got a carrot, I guess a can of something. There's a nice variety of stuff. Maybe a tube of something. Same thing with the other one. More designed to be shown from this angle than the backside. The backside's just flat. That doesn't mean they didn't put detail towards the back end of it. Pretty cool, nice grocery bags. It's always nice to have those for various different things. Next, we're going to look at the little ray gun or laser gun. Got a star on it on both sides of on the handle. Looks good from every angle. Good trigger, good sight. Everything looks nice on it. Then it also comes with this robot. I don't know what he's from. He looks pretty cool. I like his pose of running. Good detail on him. Looks like he fell over now. From what I can tell, he doesn't look like he's posable, but he definitely looks like he's running from fear or fell over and trying to get back up. It's nice. It's cute. I don't have no clue what it's from. Maybe you can comment below and let us know. Then lastly, we got this nice skateboard. Good detail on it. There's no peg or anything to have a turtle actually clip onto it. The wheels actually do spin. It might be a flaw on ours, but one of our wheels seems like it's less flat. So I don't know if that was on purpose. I kind of doubt it. But it's not too noticeable that it's a little off when it's laying flat. Can easily have a turtle's foot stand on it. Again, this will not help balance the turtle due to there's no peg to it. So you will have to balance the turtle on top of it just by positioning. But still really cool. Like that it's on wheels. So let us know what you think of the set. Michelangelo gives it a nice 2 thumbs up. Good set. I like the way they do their heads now. Good to change out their facial expressions. Nice additional hands. Of course, you do get basic hands for all 4 turtles, so you don't have to use any of these thumbs ups or flat open hands or different closed hands or pointing hands. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, please just let us know. Overall, the figures seem to be pretty nice. It did seem like the joints did loosen up a little bit by using them, which makes it a little bit easier to stand. If you have any problems balancing, these do come with peg holes if you want to stick them on a stand or a display platform. Thanks for checking out the video, and don't forget to keep it gnarly.
No need to worry, April O'Neil fans. It is the month of April. We're working on some fun videos the whole month long, so plenty of goodies in store. Stay tuned.